How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel and the video of the JF-01 FPV all-in-one camera. Looking around the box, in the back there's the frequency band and channels it supports. There's 5 frequencies, A, B, E, F, and R, and there's 8 channels for each frequency, so there is 40 channels in all. So let's go ahead and open up the box and see what we got. Okay, let's open up the box. We got the instruction manual here, but no VTX. Well, the reason why there's no VTX in the box is because I've already attached it to my XKX251, as you see here. I just hot glued it right onto the canopy with a little spacer in between, a little foam spacer in between. Generous amount of hot glue on the bottom for the concave or convex or concave, and a 150 milliamp battery to power the VTX. Now the VTX comes with this little cord attached to the back, but it does not have a connector. It just comes as bare wire. So I got this little 1S connector and I just solder it on together. So kind of a poor job, but it works. And there you have it. I can power up the VTX. Now the VTX has 40 channels, and this button right here changes the frequency. It also has 5 frequency or bands. Down pressing it and holding it will change the frequency, and short pressing it will change the channels. And that is all the functions there is. So let's go ahead and take a look at and see. It also has a 800 TV line resolution, and it weighs in at just 6.8 grams, guys. And it has the 1/3 inch CMOS sensor, and it is NTSC and PAL switchable. And the power supply is from 3.6 volts on up to 5.5 volts, and that is it. So we got a XKX251. So let's go for a little FPV flight with the JF-01 mini all-in-one. I'm going to be using my Fat Shark goggles for the FPV purposes, and I'll also be recording on the Fat Shark goggles as well. Okay, here we go. Right away, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my way as far as I can to this side of the field, following the little stream of water all the way towards the end of the field, and see how far I can go before the static starts to appear. There you go, the static is appearing, and I'm turning around, and from the starting point to where I turned around is 613 feet, which measures out to 186 meters, which is pretty good for this micro VTX. So here I go, I'm making my way back towards where I started off from to show you how far I've come. There's a lot of static here. This micro VTX doesn't have good filters to filter out all these disturbances. Kind of like the micro VTX, the FX797 and 798Ts. Those have a lot better filtering system in its place, so you don't see a lot of static. It's a lot more pleasant, but this one costs like half the price. And because I've got it hooked up to the XKX251 via an external battery, which is 150 milliamps, and not using the quadcopter's battery, it actually has less static. It should have more if I hooked it up directly to the quadcopter's battery. Okay, here I go, making my way around the tree here to test out the static that the trees give off, or they block the reception, the transmission, and it does that as well. The trees, however, are tall, so I'm going around the tall portion of the trees. They give off a lot more static because they block more transmission. But if you are within the trees, amongst the trees on the bottom portion, and you are flying low throughout the trees, you don't get as much static. Keep that in mind with these micro VTXs. So here I just went to the opposite side. That was around 120 meters, and it was okay. Just a little static here and there, so that was fine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to zigzag my way around the horse stables to see if I can do that with this micro VTX, the JF-01, and the clarity is there. The response is there, but this quadcopter that I'm using, the XKX251, whoa, almost hit that rubbish can there, is not a very good FPV quadcopter. It has a very hard time staying at a low altitude, so whenever you hit that throttle just a little bit, it just rises up in altitude, like just right there. So it's a very good quadcopter to test the maximum range of VTXs, because this quadcopter has an excellent 200 to 300 meter range. So it's really nice to test out and fly around in an open field with the VTX like this. It's a lot of fun. As you can see here, those pylons are dancing, kind of waving, doing the hula kind of, because the static is making waves on the screen. There you see all those pylons moving around. That's kind of cool, huh? Anyways, like I was saying, all this static could be minimized with an external battery like I'm using here. But if you hook it up directly to the quadcopter's battery, you will get a lot more static. Now here I go, I'm just going to go to the other side of the field where there's a lot of horse stables and a lot more objects that could block transmission. There you saw some static there. I'm going to turn around this tree. This tree measures out at about 149 meters from where I am, and I'm going to make my way back. There you saw some static there. Now right over here I wanted to make my way right through that gate, but all that static got me scared, so I kind of throttled up a little bit. And of course the XKX251 is pretty hard to control, you know, when you want to go. I almost hit that tree too. So anyways, I'm about to end my flight over here, wrap it around this tree a couple times, maybe going through, wrap around this tree. All in all, this micro VTX is really nice. It's worth it. You know, it's really nice. You can put it on any quadcopter. Just take it off and put it on another quadcopter. You can FPV on another quadcopter. You know, so it's very budget friendly. It's only like $20, $20-some dollars. So it's really nice. It's really nice. And as long as you have a goggles, you know, this thing can be put on just about anything. I even put it on my SEMA X8 and flew it around, and that was kind of fun. You know, the SEMA has a very good control, very good range, so it was really fun. This one is kind of wild, the XKX251. Okay, so I'm about to land over here. So thanks for watching, guys, and please subscribe and share the video if you can, and have a great day.